Hello, my air signs. Mel Bell here with your reading for the month of November. If you are new to this channel, thank you for visiting. I hope that you find this content valuable. I do readings on a monthly basis for all the signs, broken up into categories of the elements. And I also do weekly angel readings. So please do subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content. You can also click the little bell so that you can be notified when new videos come up. And if you're returning, thank you for your support, and I am glad that you find this content valuable. Let's go ahead and dive right in and move into the reading, starting with in the self position for my air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for the month of November. So this is you, and this really depicts somebody who has won a battle, somebody who is used to defending themselves and has had to do it a lot, and so now they're not realizing they don't have to fight anymore. So it is important to defend yourself. It is important to have strong boundaries. It's important to make sure nobody takes advantage of you, that you are speaking your truth, that you are honoring yourself by not allowing yourself to be walked on, take advantage of, etc., etc., etc. However, but sometimes you can be triggered by a situation or a person when it's not about you and it's not intended to be directed at you. So you may find yourself getting defensive when you don't need to. So keep that in mind. Take that with you, that you have done a lot of work in your life and on yourself and in your work life and your family life. You have grown as a person and you have stood up for yourself. You are not who you were in the past. And so it's important to honor that, acknowledge that, and know that as you are now, it's not as important to be micromanaging yourself. So that's the message there. Don't micromanage yourself when it comes to your boundaries and it comes to interactions with people. You can trust yourself. I think there was a time that you had to micromanage yourself to make sure that old habits did not get you in bad situations, but that's not your story now. So now in the situation is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, and so Queen of Pentacles is definitely feeling solid in her earthly life, the physical of her life, meaning work and finances and health, kind of getting a hold on things and feeling a kind of a good grounded feeling of things coming together, knowing how you're going to manage this and that, and how, like, if you looked in the past, there have been a lot of times where you really didn't know how things were going to work out. But you have it in your mind. You have an understanding now, and the resources needed to get through things. So even if there are issues and challenges, you guys, there's always going to be issues and challenges. That's why we're on the planet. But knowing how to navigate those challenges, learning how to not be overwhelmed by them and letting them take us for a ride is very important. Now, I want to say that in the energy coming in is the Moon card. And so on one hand, you've got being fooled by illusion. Be careful not to be fooled by illusion. There's a lot of misinformation out there right now, which is going to cause some issues for people. There's going to be some mental health issues. I believe there's also check out the moon cycles and how it affects you, because there's a full moon coming up, I believe. So pay attention to that, and also how it affects other people, which may impact your work life or your home life. But then on the other side of this, the moon is also about your intuition and really seeing beyond the surface and knowing what's up. Okay, so not everything is revealed to us, but enough of it is revealed to us if we are tapping in to our intuition, if we are taking time to tap into our intuition. So sometimes we can be overwhelmed by the physicality of life. Sometimes we are just hyper focused on the doing and the things, excuse me, that need to be handled in the physical world. And so we forget that we also need to look at our intuition. We need to tap in to that side of ourselves, and we need to really take a moment to breathe and really tap in. Okay, so if your life is rather full right now, and you're doing and moving and doing, and you're cooking for yourself, and then you're going to bed, and or if you have kids and pets, and you're doing all these things, and work is busy, you lose sight of that part of yourself that also needs help, that also needs focus. Not help, needs attention, focus. So make sure you are fitting that into your routine, because that is where a lot of the strength comes from. And then the challenge is the Lovers. So yes, this can be about relationships, nurturing those relationships, making sure that you are making time for relationships, but also there's a choice. There's a choice. Sometimes the Lover's card is not about love or relationships at all. Sometimes it's about a choice that needs to be made, and that you are not making that choice. And often if that is the message, you know exactly what it's talking about. So if there is something you have been avoiding, a choice that you have been avoiding making, and you're just letting it lie, it might not require your physical declaration of this is a choice I'm making, but it also can settle in your subconscious. So I don't know what that means for you, but there may be something you're putting off making a decision on because you're indecisive about how you feel about it. But you want to make sure that you make that choice of how you feel about it. Spend that time to think on it, to feel on it, probably more aptly how you feel about it. And then also, again, that if it is about love, and if you are in a relationship already, that it might be necessary for you to take some time to nurture that relationship and make sure that that relationship is getting the fuel it needs to remain a successful, happy, fulfilling relationship. And if one of you is not feeling fulfilled, have the difficult conversation to find out where you can help. Is it something that you're doing or not doing? And remember, don't get defensive about whatever the answer is. And if you see them getting defensive, keep in mind it might have nothing to do with you. It could just be that you are triggering something in them. Now, the wild card, which was interesting, was the World. And so I wanted to say that I did do a reading about the election, and the energy right now is going to be really topsy-turvy for the month of November. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, keep that in mind, that not everything that's going on around you or that you're feeling is actually your feelings. You could be picking up energetically with your intuition what is happening in the world. And so that may affect you and make you feel overwhelmed, fearful, worried, anxious. And it's important to be able to separate those feelings from your personal feelings and what you are empathically picking up on. Also, having this in the wild card is also a great card for good news, for things coming about that bring you joy, feeling a burden lifted from your shoulders. And that is supported in the near future card of the Three of Cups, which talks about celebration, a cause for celebration, and also togetherness. This is about sisterhood. This is about people coming together and forming some kind of group or support system. And see how the moon, I just had to bring the card down to see the moon again. The moon is really important. I think full moon is what we're talking about. And yeah, so you have something to look forward to. You have something to look forward to. I think the biggest message for you guys right now is to not be defensive and know when to guard yourself. Okay, I'm just writing it down. So know when to guard yourself and know when to let your guards down. Okay. We're going to pull from the Sacred Traveler deck. This is by Denise Lynn, and we're going to see what other messages are here for us for the month of November. For my Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius air signs, what do we have for the month of November, please and thank you? My cards have been jumping today. They've been very expressive. All right. What do we have? Knock, knock. There we go. Okay, very cool. I like it. I could dig it. All right. So let's start here. View from above. Get the big picture. So I think this is important in work life and family life, that you are looking at situations from a bigger what's that word? An eagle eye perspective, as you see there in the balloon, the hot air balloon, so they can look down at the landscape and see things from a higher perspective. And I think that's really important right now, that in your situations in your life, that you are looking at things from a bigger perspective, to make sure that you're not taking things personally when they really don't have to do with you, or that the bigger picture, someone might be asking you to do something and you think, why would I need to do that? Or why are they asking me to do that? Or maybe they're taking this away from me. Why are they taking this away from me? When in reality, it's because they have something else they need to give you when it comes to work, right? Or they're giving you something to see if you're able to be good for this new position. Like, sometimes what we immediately receive and suspect is not the bigger picture. It's not really what's going on. So again, making sure that you are dropping defenses and seeing things for as they are, because your near future looks really bright. Things look like there's celebration and there's positive group activity. So I don't think you really have to worry about that. And get ready for new horizons, faraway places. So either there's travel, or you are going to be promoted or experience something new in your work life, and being open to that. But also getting ready for new horizons can also be about, this is not happening right now. This might be happening in the near future, in the next couple of months. And getting yourself grounded and ready for new beginnings, and really exploring inside of yourself am I scared of change or new beginnings? Am I scared of a new step, a next step? Do I want to stay here because it feels safe and good? Or am I ready to challenge myself? So remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind for someone else. And then I got a really nice card. This is the last card that came in this deck is Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. So it's important, I think, to focus on the beauty in the world, especially when things are challenging in our world, to also focus on beautiful things. How can you beautify your life? How can you put more joy into your life? So when's the last time you bought yourself flowers to put on your table or something like that? Where can you create in writing and drawing and painting and some kind of hobby or craft? Where can you beautify things? I'm actually going to put this card out, and we're going to read from this card at the end of this reading. So I'm going to pull some more cards from the Quantum Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, and we're going to finish off with the Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. And I think that's going to be a good message to polish off this reading. All right, here we go. What is the message that you have for us for my air signs for November, please? Here we go. Let go. Well, that card came out too for another group. Transformation. So I think that it's important to look at where you may be changing in your spirit and your personality and in yourself. Where are you changing? Where in your spirit needs room for growth or space or to be able to stretch? And where is it uncomfortable to stretch? And is it because you want to stay where you're at, or is it because you're scared to go anywhere else? So this can be a total internal thing, something that is shifting inside of you, and it could be about love. It could be about relationships, friendships, opening up yourself to that world. And it can also be more about how much of yourself you give to the world. How much of your authentic self are you showing that is not guarded or defensive? Okay, that's it. That's it, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and read from the book for the Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty, and see what the message is there. All right. I think it's the very last one. Last card in the whole deck. Okay, here we go, you guys. You live in a beautiful and wondrous universe. You are a beautiful being. Take time to see and cherish the wonders of life wherever you go. It transforms your life. It transforms your life. Okay? There is a remarkable beauty within you. Simply acknowledge it. Simply acknowledging it allows it to surface even more. The time you take to create beauty in your home will manifest in your life. I just mentioned flowers, you guys. In Native traditions, walking in beauty means to honor all the natural cycles of life and to experience a sacred communion with the Creator in all things, including oneself. So this may also have to be talking about the change of seasons and in fall. The sacred traveler wants you to know there's always beauty around you and within you. The sacred traveler constantly looks for and embraces the majestic, wondrous universe in all forms. You can hear it in the song of an early morning bird. You can smell it in the aroma of freshly baking bread. And you can see it in the way the clouds float across the sky. The more you seek beauty, the more it will find you. And the more you will find yourself in a beautiful world. Okay, so I personally love fall. It's my favorite season. But I know people do have issues sometimes with seasonal depression and seeing the leaves fall. But keep in mind, like even the leaves falling to the ground, that is fertilizing the soil, and it is creating bedding for deer, for example, for critters to sleep on, which is warmer than sleeping on the dirt itself. There's all this whole cycle of the seasons. There's beauty in every single season, and so find the beauty in this current season and find where you can be fulfilled with nature in this current season. All right, so I did write down this one thing, which I think I've put into the ground at this point. Air signs, try not to be defensive and know when to guard yourself. Know when to practice strong boundaries and know when to have a little give, okay? And know that what may appear to be one thing is actually another thing, and be careful not to fall for illusion because of your past and how you've had to defend yourself before. You're not in the same place, and that's not your story anymore. So don't let that story play out because it won't play out correctly, and you'll be fooled by your own past experience and reactions. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you have a wonderful November, air signs, and I will talk to you guys later. See you next month. Bye.